Hello students, welcome to Satya classes. Myself Raj Pandey and I am here to teach you physics. In physics, electricity. This is a very interesting chapter and you will really enjoy with this chapter. So let's begin. I have some questions before we start. The first one is, what is it? Anyone can answer of this question? Okay, let me tell you. You can see over here clouds are lightening. This is the electricity. Okay, now why we are interested in it? So we are interested because this reduces our effort, and either it is for traveling purpose or for running our fan in home or cooling our room by air conditioning or for communication purpose. So electricity are very much important. Okay, third question is how we can produce it, means how to produce it. So for this there will be next chapter and we shall learn in that chapter how to produce it. After production, its propagation is also very important factor. Means we have produced, we have done electricity, now we have electricity and there is a need by everyone of electricity, like in schools, office, buildings. So they require electricity because electricity makes their work easier. Understand? So let us see. These are the transmission lines. These are the transmission line and a bulb is glowing. You can see over here. Means these transmission line are able to glow this bulb by making some connections. We will soon learn what are those connections. So let us see some historical background. You can see over here clouds are lightening. This is the electricity and it was present in nature at that time and still it is present in nature. Understand? But we are using it. We are using it in the form of transmission line, in the form of electricity in our household. Anybody can observe it while any season. Means you can also observe it. So complicated task was to bring this electricity in our use. Means we was able to see it, but we cannot use it quickly. So for this, years of experiment done by scientists and they made it so easy and now we can use it. Move to next. So let us understand what is electricity. Electricity is the flow of free electron in a conductor constitute electric current, and the flow of electric current in conductor is known as electricity. Understand? This is the basic definition, that the flow of electric current in a conductor is known as electricity. So let us understand what are free electrons. So to understand free electron, there is a definition. Those electrons that are loosely bounded by nucleus of atom, they are free to move, so called as free electron. So let us understand it in a well defined manner. Suppose that we have a atom of aluminum which have atomic number 13. So on distributing it, we get 2, 8 and 3. 2 will be in first cell, 8 will be in second cell and 3 will be in third cell. I think you are familiar with this kind of distribution because you are now in 10th class. You are familiar with it. So in outermost cell there are 3 electrons, and since it is far away from the nucleus, so nucleus will apply lesser force on these electrons instead of these and these. Understand? Instead of these 2 electrons, nucleus will apply lesser force in the outermost cell of electron. So they are able to make themselves free by absorbing some energy from the room temperature. This is, I'm telling just a phenomena to understand, to make you understand about this, but the basic thing is beyond our scope, means we will learn soon but not now at once, understand? So I considered only one atom. Now you can see over here, this is a conductor, this is a conductor, and there are so many atoms are closely packed, and you can see over here in a red color there are electrons that are moving, but atom are staying. So electron move in a conductor, those electron which are free, understand? Shall I move to next? Okay. On the basis of this conductivity, material are classified into three categories. The first one is insulator, the second semiconductor, and the third one is conductor. This conductor we are studying. Now what are insulators? Insulators are those material that do not conduct electricity. Semiconductor conduct electricity, but this is not in our course right now, so we will discuss this later in some other classes, some higher classes. And the third one is conductor. So we have discussed about this. Let us see an example. Now the examples of conductor are silver, which is very good conductor, then gold, and you can see copper, steel, and seawater. These all are good conductor because they contain free electrons in it, understanding? And what about electrical insulators like rubber, glass, oil, diamond, and dry wood? These are the insulators because they do not have free electrons, means they are not able to conduct electricity, understand? Now what about semiconductor? So I am telling you just their name, and please remind these names, nothing important than these names for semiconductors because this is not in our syllabus. The first one is silicon and the second one is germanium. These are the semiconductors, understand? Okay, move to next. Now we have discussed about charge, means the free electron, and electron is what? Electron is a charge. So let us discuss about charge and its some properties. What is charge? It is a very small particles present in an atom. It can be either negative means electron, or positive means proton. You know about it, positive charge is present in nucleus, outside the nucleus electron is revolving around the nucleus. So their SI unit is coulomb. This is very important. The SI unit of charge is coulomb and it is represented by capital C. It is a scalar quantity, means charges are scalar quantity. They do not have any direction. They do not have any direction. Charges are additive in nature, means we can add two charges. If one is 2 coulomb and another is 4 coulomb, then we can add them simply and they become 6 coulomb. If one is minus 2 coulomb and other is plus 2 coulomb, we will add them and they will be 0. Charges are quantized. There is one more property, let me write it down. Conservation of charge. This property tells that charge can never be created nor be destroyed, understand? So move to charges are quantized. To understand quantization, let us show you an example. You can see there is 1 electron, then thereafter 2 electron, then thereafter 3 electron, and thereafter so many electrons. So these electrons combine together and makes a bigger charge. That charge is known as capital Q, and this is equal to n into E. What is n here? N means that number of electrons are constituting to make a bigger charge like Q. So I have a question right now. How many electrons are there in 1 coulomb of charge? So let us solve this question. The question is, how many electrons are there in 1 coulomb of charge? Means 1 coulomb of charge, 1 coulomb of charge is a big charge, than electron. So how many electron will make 1 coulomb of charge? By the property of quantization, this can be solved, since we know that the bigger charge is equal to n times smaller charge. Since we know that the charge on electron is equal to 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. So from here on, putting the value of E, we can get n. So n is equal to Q upon E. Since given that Q is equal to 1, so it becomes 1 upon E, and the value of E is given here, 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19. So by applying some basic and simple rules, you can solve this. So I am solving it for you. When 10 to the power minus 19 goes up, it becomes 10 to the power plus 19. 10 to the power plus 19 upon 1.6. When you solve this, you will get 6.25 into 10 to the power 18 electrons. Okay, understand? This is your answer, and this one is the simplest question that can be asked in your examination. We are done with the charge and its properties. So let us see what is current. When electron flows in a particular direction, a conventional flow of current is develops opposite to the flow of electron. This I wrote here to make you clear about the fact that how current produces. So how it produces? When electron move in a particular direction, a conventional flow of current is develops, but the direction of current is opposite to the direction of motion of electrons. Are you clear with it? Not now? Okay, let me explain it well. So we have a small circuit. What is circuit we will explain later, but let us see. These are electrons. You can see over here, these are the electrons inside the conductor. These are the electrons inside the conductor. So here you can see electron, and these electrons are moving in this direction, See the arrow, see the headed arrow, but the current is flowing in this direction. So understand? Now understand the meaning of opposite flow. Look at this arrow and this arrow. These are in opposite in direction. So we are saying that when electron moves in a direction, then the conventional current flows opposite to the flow of electrons. Understand? Okay, now this time we need to define it. So it is the flow of net charge per unit time. I mean to say that when Q charge flows in a conductor in time t, it constitutes what? Current. So I is equal to Q by T. This is the basic formula. Please keep this formula in your mind. This is very helpful and useful formula, where Q is the net charge. Understand? And if Q is flowing through a conductor, sure, it will take some time to flow in the conductor, so that time is T is equal to time here. Let us see, SI unit of current is ampere, means coulomb time, coulomb and upon time. So coulomb per second is known as ampere. There are some smaller unit of current. You can see over here that milliampere is 10 to the power 3 ampere is known as milliampere, and microampere 10 to the power minus 6 ampere is known as microampere. A standard notation of reading 10 to the power minus 3 as tens of minus 3. You can say it like tens of minus 3. Understand? So I have a question for you. Define 1 ampere. Pause the video and think about it. If you can define, then make a comment on comment section about what is 1 ampere. So let me explain you what is 1 ampere. When 1 coulomb charge flows for a second, this is said to be 1 ampere. Understand? Okay, move to next. There are some devices to measure electric current. So I am writing over here one device that is called as ammeter. Please repeat after me, ammeter. No matter where you are, just repeat after me, because it makes a complete knowledge. When you listen, it gives you 50%, and when you say it, it makes complete 100%. So call it as ammeter. Understand? So this is the instrument which measures the electric current when it is inserted in a circuit. So how it is inserted in a circuit? It always connected in series. Now what is this series connection? Let me make you clear about it, but before that let us see its symbol. It is represented at plus, minus, and in between A written over here. So let us see its symbol. You can see over here I am putting an ammeter here. This look like this, and series connection means this ammeter is connected bulb with in the series. Understand? So this is done. Now let us move to electric circuit. So we have electric current, and for the flowing of this current there is a certain path required. That path is provided by the help of wires and some electrical elements like bulb, key, resistance, and many more. So you can see over here it is a closed path along which an electric current flow. Means by this path electric current can flow, because electric current always requires what? Conductor, and this wire is made up of a conductor material, like it may be copper, it may be aluminum. Understand? So move to next. Before moving, I have a question for you. Please listen the question carefully. How to make the flow of electron in particular direction in a conductor? Means how to do it, how to make that electron will flow only in a particular direction. So for this purpose, yes, exactly, there will be a battery. A battery is used for this purpose, and the battery fulfills this purpose. So let us see, where is the battery? You can see here is battery having 3 cells. Means this battery is made up of 3 cells, and it provide a positive pole and negative pole. Now these poles, from here current moves like this and glows the bulb, and this is the key. What key does? The work of key is to close the circuit. Okay, so let us see what is the battery and how it is useful. So we know that battery provides a potential difference. So let us see what is this potential difference. It is defined as the work done in carrying a unit charge from one point to another point between 2 points of an electric circuit. This is the basic definition, and soon I will make you understand about this definition. So there is a formula, V is equal to W by Q. This formula is very much useful. Again, you need to learn this formula in your mind, that B is equal to W by Q, means work done per unit charge is known as potential difference, where W is work done and Q is charge. Again let me make you clear. V is potential difference, W is work done and Q is charge. So work done per unit charge is known as potential difference. The SI unit of work done is joule and the SI unit of charge is coulomb. So joule per coulomb is known as volt. So SI unit of potential difference becomes volt and it is represented by V, capital V. Understand? So define 1 volt. My question is to you, define 1 volt. If you know, again pause the video and write your answer. Now I am telling you what is 1 volt. Suppose that we are keeping 1 coulomb of charge at V2 potential, and the requirement is to bring this charge to B1. So when we bring this charge from B2 to B1, there is some work done required, and that work done will be of 1 joule. So this is said to be 1 volt. Likewise, you can say V2 minus V1 will be equal to 1 volt when 1 coulomb charge from the position B2 that comes over position B1 by the work done of 1 joule. I hope you have understood now. Let us see. As we have a device for measuring current, same device we also have for measuring potential difference. That device is known as voltmeter. Now this voltmeter is a very useful device and it is used to measure the potential difference across the circuit element. This is the symbol, this is denoted by V, capital V. It always connected in parallel across the point. Soon I will tell you how these connections, what is parallel and what is series, you will be understanding. But before that, you should be remember about that this voltmeter is connected in parallel across with the circuit element. Understand? So one more question I have. This is very interesting question. How battery is able to create potential difference? So due to chemical action of battery, it create potential difference. Means it is all about how battery formed, means how the chemical reaction occurring inside the battery. Understood? Now there is a problem that we are going to discuss about. What happens to electron when they carry electric current from one point to another point in a circuit? So imagine that an electron is going from one point to another point inside a conductor, and for this we have applied a battery. So battery is doing what? Battery is providing the energy for travel, for movement of electron. Make it clear. So battery is providing the energy and electron is moving from one point to another point. In this, electron do not destroy itself. Understand? Because The reason being, we cannot destroy electron and we also cannot create it. So I have some homework problem for you. The first problem is learn all the circuit symbol and definition I told here. So we shall stop here and see you in the next presentation with some interesting problems.